feeding the exploders too fast, or you need more slimes in there. They had lots of extra food. I know, I gotta grab some phosphoslimes. That was originally the reason to come back to the farm with more boom slimes from that area, but I decided to ditch them in favor of these veggies and the rad slimes. So what we're gonna do instead is go grab some phosphoslimes, which we should probably actually do before it gets too late. But I gotta make sure everyone's happy. Let's see. You guys can have 10 of them. And then you guys, I can have 10 of them. All right. I think we're also going to, depending on how much money we have left over after our current projects are tied up, I think we're gonna expand our storage in our backpack as well. 16 Hondo is pretty good. All right, real quick, let's go out and get a phosphor slime if we can. If there's not one, or if there's so, yeah. Come here. We'll take another 5 with us and see how that treats us. All right, we'll go stash these guys. And then I want to set up a farm for heartbeats. Oh, we gotta go read about rad slimes too. They're just chilling here. I'm not doing anything with them. We should put their, we should make their pen a little bit bigger as well. There you go. Have fun, boys. All right. So rad slimes, let's go read your Slimepedia entry. And then actually, before I forget about it and we leave without doing it, let's spend the money on a tank boost. Okay. How much is rad slime worth? Or rad plorts are, yeah, so I guess it's all kind of just like tiered, right? But either way, I'm definitely down with investing some time in rad plorts. Slimes, rad slimes. Its radiance makes you so its radiance is so lovely, it makes you sick. Diet veggies, favorite aka aka. Yes! All right, so dividends paid off when we came home with an aka aka. We now look like a genius. It's unknown if rad slimes, sometimes called raddies, came to be from external radiation sources or from something naturally occurring within the far range. Regardless, rad slimes emit such a potent aura of radiation, they glow in the dark. Rancher risks. A rad slime's radioactive aura can induce rad poisoning in a rancher if they remain within it for too long. Ranchers are advised to monitor their rad exposure levels when handling these green globs of gamma goo, as extended exposure can cause serious bodily harm or worse. Given that raddies are basically mobile batteries, it's no surprise that corporations value rad plorts for their incredible energy-producing capabilities. Most rad plorts get turned into plutonium, and everything from the latest holophone to a rad-wave micro cook system runs on the stuff. Very cool. Okay, so we want a heartbeat farm, and we want an aka aka farm then. Heartbeats. So maybe we put you said there's no issue if I grow stuff in the cave, it'll still grow in there. I guess that's just like because it's the future, right? Because if that's the case, we can grow our beets and our aka akas in there. It's like Pokemon, but you turn them into fuel. You're not wrong. It's definitely, there's some shades of it. Garden, purchase, and then give you a heartbeat. Wait a minute, we don't have rock slimes in here. What was I thinking? The rock slimes are outside. I take it back. Give me my heartbeats. Instead, I'll grow the aka akas in here for now. And then you boys, whoa. I'm sure you guys are starving. You can get those to start with, friendos. Maybe, trying to think, maybe we just move maybe we just move the carrots out for now. Cause like the aka, the veggie, or the carrots and the heartbeat, they're all just veggies. But we don't have anything whose favorite is carrots, so I think it makes more sense to have the beets out here. But I do think it's also worth having a second farm. So where do I want to put it? I guess we can put another one up here. Let's see. Garden purchased. Make me some heartbeats. And then this one is also going to get the sprinkler. And then now, what's your food level at? 10. Shh, don't tell anyone. You're welcome. And then we are going to have Beatrix go to sleep. Did one of you make that noise? That was much closer to an actual cat meow than I was really expecting from them. We are going to sleep through the night with Beatrix so that we can advance some of the garden stuff. We're going to go and kind of reassess some things. We still got to decide what we're going to cross over the rad slimes with. I'm thinking maybe it's still worth kind of thinking towards the most possible currency we can generate. So maybe we mix the rad slimes and the boom slimes. I don't know if that makes for radiation explosions. Like, I don't know if we're about to turn them into A-bomb slimes, but we might. I don't know. We're going to find out in a second. But I'm going to go refill my water bottle so that we are well hydrated as we explore these new slime possibilities. If you have an empty water bottle, I'm going to suggest you go fill it up as well. I'm going to take about 2 minutes and I will be right back with more Slime Rancher. I'll see you in a second. All right. Get our Z's and now a fresh day on the ranch. All right, so what is the big goal before we go out again? Well, first things first, let's go make for some happy Rocky boys. So we have 2 pens out here that have rock guys in them. So if each of them, we'll take the carrots out here. If each of them gets 1 full pen of heartbeats. Oh, where'd those? Oh, those are the odd onions I dropped earlier. Thank goodness they were still there. I had forgotten all about them. There's enough naturally growing carrots that I'm thinking maybe that should be like kind of the goal for oh, so we switched you over, but we had originally been doing the cuberies. So hang on. I lied. You guys can have the cuberies because that's still one of your favorites. And then we'll give you the heartbeats. Wait, and then what are the guys inside gonna eat? They have the waka waka. Okay, okay. Getting there. Let's check on their food level before we worry about collecting these plorts. We still gotta cross the rads over. I'm sure they're kind of miserable right now. Would you guys kindly eat some of these before I take everything with me to go? So let's see. For you. For you. That's yours. Here you go. And I'm sorry. And you must have just eaten. Is that your issue here, bud? There you go. Cool. We gotta go. All right. So that was unfortunately most of our crop. So I mean, I guess don't we just cross these guys with boom plorts? Because that's gonna give us the most money. What's their diet? Veggie. The boom plorts are also veggie. No, the boom plorts are not. They're meat. But we have them crossed over so that we can feed them fruit. So if we feed these guys the boom plorts, yeah, this is the answer. Because then we can turn around and feed these guys the waka wakas. Yeah, okay. Okay, we're getting there. Because that means if these guys are dropping 4 plorts each feeding, because they're getting their favorite, and the plorts that they're using are, what, right now their prices are 60 a piece. You're looking at 200 bucks a go. I can get behind that. All right, we'll just leave them with these Waka Wakas. And you want your rad plorts? Oh man, they weren't kidding. Let's go. You guys can have these veggies too, just so that I can have them out of my bar. And then we desperately need you guys to, well, first of all, to give me all these freaking plorts. I'm about that. And then I'm gonna go sell this so that I can upgrade your cage, because you guys need to have plort collection. Yeah, no, I know, Afterlife. We just didn't have the money to do it. Big plays, Cardi. Look, sometimes you gotta get in there. You gotta get in the paint and just play like you need to own it. Yeah, so like these rad plorts. We are the plort authority. That's right, pop up. So wait a minute, this is different than a rock plort. This is like a crystal plort. Do we know about them? No. Okay, that's fine. We'll find out eventually. Like I say, I think I might. We have what? We have one. We do still have one spot out here. I think I'm gonna grow the odd onions. We can always kind of tear some of this stuff down and readjust it later as we have more. As we have more reason to. But as it stands right now, I want it out of my bar, and I'd like to have them because eventually these odd onions, like once we have a steady supply of some of these secondary items, then we can start thinking about doing like the daily activities for the trade board. That's the water plort. Not this one. I'm not talking about this one. I was talking about this one. I don't think this one's the water plort, the one that's worth 85. 65 is the water plort, right? If the other one's the water plort, I have a question about the drinking water on the far range. All right, so we have to get close enough to upgrade this and not die. So you guys, we do want high walls. We will give you the plort collector. And then I don't think either of the ones in here have auto feeder yet. Is that correct? You don't have auto feeder, I know. And then you also have not been given auto feeder yet. No. Okay. So that's fine. That is something to think about for later. And then we've still got one pen, 2 pens available in here. Excuse you. Thank you. And yes, I will take this rad plort. I put a collector on you, right? Can I have those rad plorts actually, please? Much appreciated. All forms should be maxed out. And with the sprinkler when I have the money. Yeah, for sure. I just, right now, with us having done a couple of superfluous plots, that's kind of a larger amount of food than is expressly needed. Although I guess we just stockpile it into the... We just stockpile it into the feeders, right? Like if I'm growing too much, it doesn't actually wind up being a big deal. Yeah, because the scare slime, I'm not worried about. Oh, we're going to wind up with over too many hens again. The hens, you know, I'm almost, well, I don't want to tear it down because there's still definitely reason to have it. But like, you're the fruit and veggie ones. You're the ones that do meat. The problem is I've intentionally kind of crossbred all of my slimes to avoid the need to have a really sturdy kind of meat production. Nutrient soil, sprinkler. Why are there carrots in here? Wait a minute. I'm not losing my mind, right? Like those are carrots. What are you growing? You can always just throw anything extra to the pinks. You're not wrong. Did I read about the onions? No, of course I didn't read about the onions. Hang on. All right, let's see. Resources. While we're here, why don't we also read the Aka Aka and Heartbeat before I make another stupid face at the camera and chat makes fun of me. I wouldn't trust this onion, even less so than a normal onion. Favored by the crystal slime. Okay, so I was right. It is the crystal slime. Crystal slimes are on their way soon. I already have their favorite food. See, there's levels to this ranching game. I don't know. I don't know that you are saying it's a living enough. You're not wrong. Odd onions can only be foraged in the wild from the indigo quarry. Wait a minute. From the indigo quarry. That's the only place they're found out in the far, far range. However, you'll never encounter an odd onion patch. Instead, odd onions can be found randomly in other veggie patches. As the saying goes, forage in the indigo quarry and you'll always find the odd onion in your haul. That's clever. That's good usage. Deposit an odd onion in a garden's depositor and strangely, carrots will begin to grow. However, there's a good chance some odd onions will crop in as well. So I've stopped growing carrots in order to grow carrots. However, now sometimes my carrots have onions. Brilliant. We're growing two things at once now. A tubular mix of colorful spuds. Favored by the rad slime. A staple of cooking on the range, the hearty Aka Aka is a naturally salty soft spud. As the key ingredient to the always tasty rancher's hash browns, they have likely been the fuel for a great deal of slime wrangling since their discovery on the range. Deposit an Aka Aka in your garden's dispenser and you'll have a large Aka Aka crop of your very own. I'm not gonna lie, rancher's hash browns, I bet you are delicious. If you listen to it closely, you can faintly hear a veggie. Favored by the rock slime. Heartbeats get their name from their deep red color and heart-like shape. Heartbeats are also unusually juicy for a beet, making it the only veggie that's not for the squeamish in the kitchen. Deposit a heartbeat into a garden's depositor and you'll have a large crop of heartbeat on your very own. Rancher hash. Now we're talking. Couple of stony hen eggs, some Aka Akas. You got a stew going. All right, let's see here. We want to do a couple of collections on the old plort collectors is what we want to do right now. We've been busting our hump on this here farm. It's about time that it paid some dividends. BV, I think one of the reasons that you don't hear me saying like it's a living is because like I do got it pretty easy. I do all my farming with a vacuum, which is not something many ranchers can say. Maybe before we go, we'll build a silo and just pick one, right? Like maybe just pick rad. Cause like, look at how much damage we've already done to the price of boom. Maybe we'll just pick rad to just be like, no, rad we're not gonna sell. We're just gonna let that investment mature. Cause some of the amounts we have to get to really make progress, like they're not small. All right, so we are now swimming. I guess, so we used up all the plots out here. Let's just take one of the plots inside and make it a silo and just start having the rad slimes or the rad plorts. We'll just stock them up. We do want to give you an auto feeder though. And we do want to go get the, well, how much? It's 500 for a silo, 450. Let's get that set before we forget about it. And then the Waka Wakas we want to get upgraded as well. We have just enough. Perfect. Can also buy another zone. We can buy another zone, but I don't necessarily want to branch out into other zones. I don't understand. What am I looking at? Let's go find a slime plort and try it. Okay. You need Bud. Bud, what are you stuck? Oh man. He thought he was never gonna see his family again. I don't want to necessarily buy a new zone for the ranch until we have the like slime need to expand. Ooh, the Waka Wakas aren't ready yet. Oof. Ow. I deserve that. You guys are hungry. Did I not feed you when I came by? They need fruit, so they need the cuberries. You were right, Afterlife. Standing off a little bit definitely pulls the fruit off this tree a lot better. All right, and then we've got our odd onion harvest here. Ooh, hello. Let's go. You guys are almost out of cuberries. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put 10 cuberries in their feeder, but we're gonna bring some chickens to them. Not the stonies. Give me the standards. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. And yep. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna put cuberries in their box, but we're gonna stuff a bunch of hen into their pen, as it were. Oh, they don't even have a box yet. Okay, well that's fine then. We can give you guys the Waka Waka once they're done, which has gotta be coming, right? I wish there was a way that I could see the timer on it. But we do have carrots and odd onions that are done. So maybe we just go stockpile these in the silo. All right, carrots, you chill out a minute. Put the cubes in the pen and they'll eat when they want to. I know. I'm gonna do another round of collecting on the plorts though, because we might have enough for the auto feeder. All right, so the odd onions. Yeah, so cool. So those can hold 3, and then I can what? Have up to 4 ports. So you can just add 1 more. Okay. I mean, look, it's not ideal, but it saves me from this nonsense where I was like intentionally. You guys are still hungry. It saves me from the issue I had where I carried those boom slimes around for what felt like a week. And then what do we got here? I can buy it 4 times. So it could have a total of what, 6 or 7? It starts with 3 and I can buy the upgrade 4 times. So you saying I can have 7 spots? Oh, are you insinuating that each of those upgrades opens up another side of the pillar? That would be interesting. You guys are empty again. Maybe I give you guys those carrots that are sitting around. I see. Okay, so it's like each of the ports on the side essentially becomes one of the groupings. All right, we do have enough to take these cuberries and turn them into... Where did I put those? There they are. I would love to get a little bit more... Maybe we do want to do 1 more farm plot somewhere, because like all the food that we're making right now is immediately going back into slime feeding, which, you know, as it should. Like that's what we want to do, is take care of our slimes. But I also want to stockpile veg that we can take to the rock Gordo, because we want to be able to get him to overeat and give us his secret. And then you guys are still starving. You're so mad. We upgraded you all the way, right? Yeah, you just don't have a scare slime. Come on already. I wish this had a progress meter on it. Unlocking the other sides as possible access to more frames or storage areas. Yes, you're saying like when we upgrade it, we get a new access port at the like cardinal directions. All right. I think we've gotten to a pretty good spot. Like, we've had no tar outbreaks. Immediately, knock on wood. And the farm is running itself pretty well. Oh, the other farm upgrades. I see. Let's go ahead and sleep and do another round of crop harvesting here. And then I think we're ready for some exploring. I think we want to go and take a look around in some other areas. All right, so let's see. I want your cube berries. All right, cube berries secured. Those are for you, friends. Carrots we're gonna give to the pink plort tabby hybrids. Just because they're kind of a vestige of the early days of the farm. Like, they actually don't really make us that much money. Which, you know, that's fine. It's not like they're hard to keep. And to your point, Afterlife, like, they are kind of convenient as just like oh, I have a thing on my bag I want to get rid of. You just toss it into them. So the odd onions we were saving for what? Didn't we see an odd onion that liked it? Someone liked them? No, I'm just saving them for the sake of saving them. All right, let's grab our heartbeats. So, who likes heartbeats? Anyone who's got a rock base likes heartbeats. So you guys can take 15 of them. Eventually we can move them out into the sea to find a new home. Yeah, you're not wrong. We can definitely, like, if it comes to that, we have another thing that we could make better use of their plot for. We'll give them back to the old plort sea. All right, so you guys are doing okay. You guys are doing okay. Are Awakas done? They are. So what I'm missing right now, I did 2 pens of heartbeats, and I think we actually wanted another one of cube berries. So there's your Akas. That'll keep you guys doing pretty good for a bit. You don't have any money for me because I basically starved you all night. You guys eat meat and fruit, so you don't want anything that I'm carrying at present. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, now we're working. Now the farm's paying dividends, y'all. All right, so we have 1 plot left available. So maybe we do another. I think we're gonna do another cubeberry bush in here. Or even just move the cubeberry bush, right? Because if we've got, let's see, if we've got 2 heartbeats, or do we just have the 1? No, because we replanted this with heartbeats, right? Yeah, so we could just use these 2 heartbeat plants to fuel both of these rock slime hybrids. And then these cubeberries could instead, oh, that's not what you want to eat. Thank God that didn't go into their pen. The cubeberries can instead go to the boom slimes inside. Can you win in this game, Card Shark? Yeah, so that's a question I had after the first night. Was it just like, is this basically just like a play until you're bored or until you've got so much money that everything's automated? But there is a storyline, and it's just kind of slow to develop from what I can tell. Or I'm just playing it so absolutely incorrectly that we haven't seen it. We now have a new power core upgrade available. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah, so heartbeats are for the guys outside now, and we'll start doing fruit for inside. We can save the planet. There's some kind of emergency that's going to take hold that only a plucky slime rancher can properly deliver upon. All right, let's sell these plorts and absolutely decimate our plort futures. Man, it doesn't take long to tank the price, huh? Even like our rads are already down off the market. All right, let's see here. This is more than we can carry in one trip. Hopefully we get another chance to upgrade the backpack pretty soon too. It's so funny that I lived easy street with 20 slots forever, and all it took was like another 20 minutes of gameplay for me to suddenly feel like even 30 was too little. Okay. So now I guess the question becomes, we're really soaking up the plorts here. I want to go explore, but I am tempted to open up this other spot that's directly adjacent to the ranch, just for the sake of kind of knowing what we have to work with. Because as we go out to explore, I'm gonna find stuff, we're gonna bring stuff home and whatever else. I want to make sure that I kind of have an idea of what we have available. Open the Explorer. Is there a zone called the Explorer? Yeah, because we're getting paid now. Oh, you love it. All right, let me ditch these odd onions. Oh, we still have to... Hey! Get in your house. Open the new farm zone, then explore. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. We wound up pulling in more money from this activity than I thought we were going to. So we can afford to spend some money. One of the things we're going to do while we're out and about is we are going to harvest every carrot we find out in the wild. And we are going to absolutely try and feed enough to that rock gordo to pay some dividends on that. Have a zone to put stuff you find if needed. That's kind of what I was thinking, is like, if we know how many plots we have to work with, I can kind of smartly be like, okay, these are 3 new crops we had never seen before. Let's get these back to the house. Did you guys start eating yet? No? You guys just don't eat? Is that the issue? You eat meat and veggies. I mean, owakas are a veggie, right? Didn't we read that owaka are their... Am I just taking crazy pills? You'll eat one of these, right? Yeah, you'll eat it. What's everyone's issue, guys? Oh man, there they go. Look at that. Hello again. Welcome back, XD Bailey. Oh, it only feeds at a preset time. So I just happened to be here kind of in between 2 feedings. Well, we don't even, like, the stockpile capability of just the auto collector is pretty solid for the short term, so we don't even need to put those in the silo straight away. All right, let's cash in these boom plorts. Unlock this zone. So what was this one? This one was called the Overgrowth, the ranch's very own wild side. The Overgrowth is an expansion of the ranch that is covered in moss and tall grasses. The thicket it creates allows for fruits and veggies to grow naturally and attracts the occasional wild chicken, making it an ideal space for a rancher who wants to let their slimes roam more freely. Yeah, I'm down with that. Let's go take a quick look around. So here's another teleporter. So eventually it feels like we're going to be able to zip around pretty quick. So we got 1, 2. We will read that message from H. 3. There's some chickens. 4. 4. Ooh. Wait a minute. This is like out of the ranch. Those were free range slime down there. So there's 4. We got some naturally grown fruit and stuff down in here. So you could move, like, as long as they weren't, oh, hey, wait a minute. Hey. Yes. Okay. So we bought, this wasn't all the docks. The docks was one of the 2 spots here. The other one was the overgrowth. So now we can just jump to where the Tabby Gordo was. Sweet. All right, cool.